Oh, hi. I know that you've asked me to come to speak about something that's very personal. Hey, how are you doing?
Fine.
Huh?
Fine.
Jhaveri said his neurologist told him to prepare to be in a wheelchair, but instead he's wheeling and dealing in professional life with no problem.
I joke around a little bit about this topic because it's so serious and it's just so crushing.
Okay. Beautiful. So how do you feel now?
No, we can start.
She can handle it.
I feel like I gave birth. I got a second life. The question that everybody should be asking themselves, what are you going to do with your second life? I asked myself that question. I got a simple answer. My second life is to help you.
Akhil was diagnosed with MS in 2000. At the time we were living in Dallas, Texas. And we didn't probably take it very seriously. I think we just felt like with MS, people live a long time and can live a fairly normal life. And so after that diagnosis, life just pretty much went on as normal. In March of 2011, I started noticing some things going on with him as far as like his walking being difficult again. And a new symptom appeared. His speech was slurred. And we were shocked, of course, to find out after a lot of testing that it was not simply the MS. His doctor diagnosed him with ALS, and that was a devastating diagnosis.
The first thing that went through my mind was denial. I was hoping it was my multiple sclerosis. Please let it be multiple sclerosis.
The only part that I really understood was the prognosis of 6 months to however long. I remember just sitting there in a state of shock and just not quite understanding, but understanding enough that things were not going to be the same and just being brokenhearted.
Typically, patients live from 2 to 5 years. And it's a horrible disease because they lose all of their muscle function, their breathing is compromised significantly, and your mind is totally intact through all of this.
The toughest part of this journey has been the pain felt by my family, especially with my children and wife.
I think for me, one of the most difficult parts has been watching this strong, charismatic man turn into someone who needs constant care, and someone who was a vibrant speaker who now has a very hard time communicating. Corinne made a comment one day early on in his disease when he could still walk, but he needed help putting on his shoes because he couldn't bend down and put his shoes on. And so she was putting his shoes on for him, and she's like, "Dad, this isn't how it's supposed to be. You used to put my shoes on for me."
I have been forced to grow up, I think, a lot more. We're all sort of living in this place where we face death every day. It makes you wonder what you're doing and why.
You can see that he's still always thinking back there, and his eyes light up still when he says certain things. He still has like a lot of wisdom up in there that he likes to share with us.
You should make people happier to have known you than before they met you. That should be your goal.
Yeah.